in legal department.
So the presentation will have two parts. First is setting up what the European Medicines Agency does and how, by understanding our scope and our context, you can see what we can bring to the discussions today and to the discussions that will fall on nanomedicine standards. We will also discuss how we can be here for you as nanomedicines developers, and what are the differences between what you have heard today, for example, with regards to the FDA and us. And then we will go to the second part of the presentation, which will be the nanomedicine's perspective with regards standardization. So this slide has important figures. The EMA contributes to ensuring the safety and efficacy and quality of products in 28 member states, plus the 3 from the EEA. It oversees the products that grow to over 500 million people in the European Union. So whether or not they are EU citizens or not. And the medicines that end up having a positive opinion by the European Medicines Agency and then a market authorization given by the Commission represents 20% of the total global shares of medicine. What is our role? Our main role is to protect human and animal health. We facilitate development and access to medicines, such initiatives of trade. We develop guidance. We establish platforms of communications between developers, between industry and regulators. We evaluate applications for marketing authorization as these recommendations go to the Commission. And after the authorization is given and the product is in the market, the European Medicines Agency also coordinates the monitoring of the safety of these medicines across their life cycle. Who we are? We are a scientific body made of over 4,000 scientific experts from all over the EU. We were established in 1995, and we have 190 staff members. Here in the middle of the slide is listed the committees and the working parties that not only are responsible for reviewing the data on a marketing authorization or a pediatric investigation plan or an orphan designation, but also are responsible for issuing guidance. So depending on the type of guidance, the type of products that are touched upon by that guidance, you will see that particular document going through several of these working parties and scientific committees. This is to say that developing standards in itself takes time. Developing guidance as a documentary guidance, as a regulatory guidance, can also take a lot of time given the consensus process. The European Medicines Agency doesn't work alone, it works in a regulatory framework, and these are the member states, so the 28 plus the 3 from the EEA and the European Commission. We all work with the same set of EU law. We all work with the same set of EU scientific guidance. I won't go into much detail, but it is important to understand that in the EU there are different types of marketing authorization procedures. There is the EU marketing procedure, and there are the 3 different national procedures: the purely national, the mutual recognition procedure, and the decentralized procedure. This is important because the class of products that you see here in the screen are the compulsory scope. So all the products that would fall under these 4 categories would need to be submitted to the European Medicines Agency. And then there is the optional scope of medicines that, for example, bring a significant technical innovation or that provide a contribution to public health. So nanomedicines could potentially fall under the compulsory scope or under the optional scope. What is the benefit for the EU citizens is that the same drug will be eventually approved by the European Commission following the positive recommendation by the European Medicines Agency, and it will be made available in all 31 member states. We also have a centralized safety monitoring, and given the 24 languages that we worked in the EU, this is important that patients know what healthcare professionals and patients have the necessary information for the drug that is being prescribed or taken. It was mentioned before that the development of medicines is a global undertaking, so it makes perfect sense that the EMA also consults not only the EU bodies but also our global partners in dialogue. On the top of the screen there is the EPRF forum, which the EMA is currently the chair. This forum has a nanomedicines group, and in this group the different standards applied to nanomedicines are discussed, and we have different ongoing initiatives to promote the consensus and to promote harmonization. And I hope that this addresses one question that was asked just as a result of the previous presentation. And now for the nanomedicines part of the presentation. We also, like the FDA said with Professor Anil, we don't have a legal